It's all a game. It's a thought experiment. We are all in the Matrix. That was the last thing Erin Valenti said before going missing. You see, 33-year-old Erin Valenti was a very intelligent woman with a bright future. She was the CEO of a tech company called Tinker Ventures. They developed websites and mobile phone apps. They also endorsed brain-machine interface technology, sort of like Elon is doing with Neuralink. Think your brain can easily communicate and coexist with technology.
If someone ultimately does get a Neuralink installed, what will take place?
It can interface basically anywhere in your brain. So it could be something that helps cure, say, eyesight, like returns your eyesight, even if you've like lost your optic nerve type of thing.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Hearing, obviously. Pretty much anything that it could, in principle, fix almost anything that is wrong with the brain. And it could restore limb functionality. So if you've got interface into the motor cortex and then an implant that's, say, that's like a microcontroller in your muscle groups, you could then create a sort of a neural shunt that restores somebody who's a quadriplegic to full functionality.
I mean, in the future, I feel like that's what humans are going to evolve into anyway. Cyborgs. I mean, you basically already one now. You carry around an external brain everywhere you go. The thing you're probably watching me on right now. Imagine not having to carry that everywhere and having it fused inside of you. Trust me, many people in the future will probably be doing that. But back to Erin Valenti. She was a kind woman. She volunteered for many organizations, including the fight against stopping human trafficking. Her family said she was a very happy person, very goal-driven, and never showed any signs of having mental issues. I mean, her mother was a nurse, and her husband was a psychologist. So you'd think they would pick up on if anything was out of the ordinary. They guaranteed she was fine. So what I'm about to tell you next is quite scary and pretty unnerving. She was living in Salt Lake City, Utah with her husband. And in September of 2019, she traveled to California for a business meeting in Silicon Valley. She was also there to catch up with some friends and colleagues. Her last social media post even stating that she was headed to Silicon Valley, and if anybody she knew wanted to link and meet up, to DM her. She was due to fly back to Salt Lake City on the 7th of October because she had to attend the Utah Women Tech Council Award Show, which she was planning to actually win an award at. She also was coming back to Utah to celebrate her 34th birthday, which was coming up in a few days. But strangely, she missed her flight. On the day she went home missing, she was with a former friend and colleague who said she wasn't acting strangely. Everything seemed normal. Her last known sighting being around 3:30 p.m. And the last time she was heard of was on the evening of her parents' wedding anniversary while they were cooking dinner. She had called them in distress, saying, "It's all a game. It's a thought experiment. We are all in the Matrix." Now, if you got a call like this, you would probably think one of three things. Wow, my daughter is highly intoxicated and needs to go lay down. 2, my daughter is high as hell. What recreational fun has she gotten into? Or 3, this is a prank. Stop playing on my phone. It's our anniversary. Cut it out. But Erin wasn't heard of ever again. Her family and friends reported it to the police, but they didn't take it seriously because Erin wasn't a child. She was a grown adult and probably just out and about ignoring her phone or busy at the moment. They didn't even file a missing persons report. They just classified it as involuntarily missing, but they were sadly mistaken. Just want to interrupt the video really quick to say I appreciate everybody who's watching and showing love. My true crime videos don't really get monetized, so if you want to support the page, you can leave a super thanks. It really helps support the channel and helps me keep making these videos. You don't have to. I'm still going to continue to release these videos free. But yeah, if you want to leave a super thanks, it's right down there by the like button. Back to the video. Erin was found unresponsive in the back of her rental car. She has sadly passed away. She was parked on a residential street in San Jose, and this was on October 12th, 5 days after being reported missing. The crazy part is, she was found by a family friend. She was half a mile from her last destination. But the crazy part is, there was no signs of a physical attack. No bruises, no anything. The autopsy said she passed away from natural causes, meaning she wasn't even intoxicated. She was basically in good health. They listed the cause as a bipolar manic episode, which, as some people can have a premature mortality from having bipolar disorder. It could be cardiovascular, respiratory, or even cancer. But like I said in the beginning, her husband was a psychologist. Wouldn't he be able to see if anything was going on? Any signs of bipolar disorder? It just wasn't adding up. Or maybe she was good at hiding any mental illnesses she had. Everybody's different. And with that being said, some people believed different, especially from her last message. It's all a game. It's a thought experiment. We are all in the matrix. From the research to the tech to the business meetings, did Erin find out something we weren't supposed to know? Did she really find out we were in a simulation? That the universe is a matrix and she decided to opt out? Or maybe her character was turned off? Was Erin given some critical information that maybe some didn't want yet getting out, and possibly she was removed as a result? There are some articles posted that she could have passed away from brainwave interface technology, which is tech that you can pick up signals from inside your body to control devices outside of the body. Say for instance you're thinking of moving a bionic arm. With just a thought from your brain, it can happen.
Year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet. He's learned to interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw. One of the things the Neuralinks allow Pager to do is to play his favourite video game, Pong. To control his paddle on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed the joystick altogether. Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty and see how well Pager can play with the Neuralink.
This technology is closer than a lot of you think and realize. Could someone have manipulated her mind using that and messed her up, causing her to go insane? She did leave behind another quote to her parents: mind control equals neural control. Also, remember in the beginning how I mentioned Erin volunteered to help stop human trafficking? Well, another woman by the name of Rochelle Bergeson was found passed away the same day as Erin. She was a 36-year-old American Attorney General of the island of Yap, part of the federal states of Micronesia. She was speaking of how to recognize human traffickers and how to resist or stop them. She and her dog were found executed. You see, human trafficking is a huge dark business. It's used for organ transplants, sexual favors, for biotech, and human behavior adaptation to tech control experimentation. These victims' organs are also harvested. I don't want to go down a whole rabbit hole of what could have happened, but comment down below what your theories are. Like and subscribe because my next video will shock you. And check out this video right here on movie sets that were believed to be cursed. This video is a wild trip, trust me. It gets crazy.